play.
Hola mis queridos, ¿cómo estás? Me llamo Alicia. Hello my kittens, how are you? My name is Austin, and today we're playing Nancy Drew, Tomb of the Lost Queen, Bonus Edition. Yes, I said Bonus Edition. If you are actually wondering what the difference is between Bonus Edition and the regular game with Tomb of the Lost Queen, I'm actually not going to go into too much detail, just because it's a bit of a pet peeve of mine of what the differences are, or rather what Her Interactive deems as Bonus Edition. Their bonus edition is quite different for compared to Hidden Object Games Universe. And when I mean Hidden Object Games Universe, I just mean like Hidden Object Games in general, like what you guys, and my phone died, what you guys normally get from a collector's edition from other gaming companies. Like with a collector's edition from other gaming companies, you normally get like wallpaper, concept art, sometimes sometimes a bonus chapter, which is pretty cool in my opinion. Little hidden achievements that are added to the achievements hall or achievement room that they have, and just a couple of more odds and ends that you wouldn't expect. But and another thing with those collector's edition games is that you can get those at any time you want, and normally they're at an affordable price, if not at the same, if not just a few dollars short of the original price of the game. And sometimes there are actually sales for the collector's edition, and when that happens, get those, because those sales makes it super cheap. But with Her Interactive, their bonus edition, they limit very few things to it. Basically, you get like phone charms, and mini games on Nancy's cell phone, and a couple of other things if there's a theme to the particular game. But here's the deal. Here's the catch. The only way you can get the bonus edition from Her Interactive is if you pre-order it. Seriously, once the game is publicly released, you can no longer get the bonus edition. Fortunately, for those, quit it. I gotta stop recording videos at the time of day where I get a bunch of YouTube notifications. There is a way for you to access bonus edition for certain games that do have bonus edition, and those games are number 22, Trail of the Twister, all the way up to the latest, not the most current, but the latest, which is number 32. Is it 32? Yeah, 32, Sea of Darkness. There is no bonus edition for Midnight in Salem, thank goodness. In my opinion, it's a good thing that they didn't do bonus edition for Midnight in Salem, because oh my gosh, that was a mess. And if they did do bonus edition, it would have taken a lot more than 4 years to make that game. Oi. But I will talk more about how you can access the method of how to get bonus edition much later in the video if I can remember. And I do want to mention Her Interactive with this being a Nancy Drew, which is somewhat of a common series, a common name. If you're not familiar with Nancy Drew, I guess you're not a big fan of reading, because it is actually a book series. The book series started in 1930, and it has been going on since then. The original company for it was Grosson Dunlap, and now it's Simon & Schuster. Both companies liked to reset the series every so often, give it new binding, new cover art, and they did the reset not just for grammar and punctuation updates, but also to revise the stories, even create new ones, just to grab new readers as well as keep the old readers, the fan base, keep stick to the Nancy Drew series and all that. But what they loved to do, what they had to do really, is that with almost every reset, they had to add a subtitle to Nancy Drew, like Nancy Drew Girl Detective, or Nancy Drew Detective, Amateur Detective, or something like that. Detective stories, just little subtitles like that, and it's basically a reminder to us that this is a reset. This is not canon to the previous reset, the previous books that you've been reading that do not have the same subtitle. I mean, I'm kind of glad they did that, but at the same time, it's annoying as heck just because a lot of fans really want to get down to the core mystery of Nancy's past, Nancy's mom, and just relationships that are between Nancy and her friends, and supposedly Ned Nickerson. His name keeps changing as well. But anyway, almost all the Nancy Drew video games are based off the book series. Almost all of them. Sea of Darkness is actually an original, which is pretty cool. I'm glad Her Interactive actually came up with that one. And I think, actually I don't know, I should look up the reviews on Sea of Darkness, see if anyone actually liked that game. In my opinion, I actually really liked it. It's one of my favorites, and I think it's because it's in Iceland. You get to learn all kinds of different things. This is why the Nancy Drew video game series, I call it educational. You get to learn so much stuff. I almost said the S word. Okay, so because of the fan base being so huge with the Nancy Drew video game series, Her Interactive decided to do recurring characters from the previous video games, one of them being Sunny June. He first came up in game number 6, Secret of the Scarlet Hand. I've been talking enough as it is, so I need to be quick of talking about him. He's really into aliens, chocolate bar called Coco Kriegel, and what's really weird about his belief in aliens is that he believes that the aliens helped the humans evolve to who we are today. Like all the technology, what we're able to do, like creating fire and all that stuff, just that's what he believes. And so he actually has come to believe in the Anunnaki as well, which is basically aliens as well. And he actually ended up creating his own organization, SPIDE, Strange Phenomenon Inspectors Extraterrestrial Division. Oi! So that organization, that business, is actually shows up in this game. We actually get to meet Jamila, who says she has met Sunny June, which is weird because we did just find a letter in Abdullah's locker saying he has never met Jamila. She has not gone to any of the classes. She is not part of the their little organization, which in my opinion is hilarious considering what we learn about him and the organization in which number was it? Shattered Medallion. We actually do get to physically see Sunny June in Shattered Medallion, which is pretty cool. Anyway, I've been talking enough as it is. I think oh, sorry, the book. I did mention that this game is based... Tomb of the Lost Queen is based off a book, and that book is of a BAM, Nancy Drew and Hardy Boy's Super Mystery, Secrets of the Nile. I will actually have to talk about that later, of why it's a super mystery, and more about the book as well. But I do want to mention, with every single Nancy Drew game, when you start a new game, you get 2 detective levels, Amateur and Master. Here is a basic list of what the differences are. And last but not least, if anything in this video does not look familiar, it is because you have not been keeping up. Please, please, please check the description box below. There's a previous video as well as the playlist. I recommend the playlist because it will have everything that I've done so far with Nancy Drew, Tomb of the Lost Queen, bonus edition. Excuse me. I did have a peanut butter and strawberry sandwich before. Okay, let's get in. So I believe, let's actually go through the task list. This is actually one of my favorite features that Her Interactive added in their game engine. They use their own game engine. And
can't check that off yet. That's done.
is that when you get a task done, it actually goes to the bottom of the list. Not very many people like this feature. In my opinion, I do, just because when in the older games, like, that is not what happened. Like, it would stick to where it is on the list. And for me, it drove me nuts because I would have to scroll all the way down or all the way up just to get to certain tasks that I know I didn't get done. It drove me nuts.
Haven't done that. Check.
Alright, so we need to figure out how to open Lily's trunk, search Jamila's bag again. Oi, I am having trouble getting Jamila away from her bag again. Find out who's in the gold coffin. Okay, so I'm going to call Bess one more time because we still had a lot to talk to her about. We still had a lot to talk about with her. And then after that, we got to talk to Lily. She's going to help us try to open the true sarcophagus of Queen Nefertari. Yes, finally.
What's up?
A mummy showed up out of nowhere.
Wait, you mean a mummy wasn't there, but all of a sudden there was a mummy there?
Right.
No, not good, Nancy.
I need to know where it came from.
Do you? Because no, you don't. You need to stay away from that thing.
Oh, Bess, her and her superstitions.
We found a cat tomb. It's amazing. It's surprisingly lavish for a cat's tomb, I guess. I don't have a reference point, though.
Is it wrong that I find that adorable? It is, isn't it?
No. I find it adorable, too.
I'm conflicted. There must be something very special about that cat if it's got its own tomb. Maybe it made a notable contribution to the cat arts and sciences?
Cat sciences?
I
like
love
what?
that.
Scratching post dynamics?
Clearly. Or it belonged to someone important, like Nefertari.
We did find an importance to it. It was Nefertari's cat. We find out that the cat's name is Meskenet, which is, and the translation of that is destiny. We actually end up using Meskenet's name, getting to Nefertari's true sarcophagus. Yes.
There's something strange going on with Abdullah and Lily.
How so?
Abdullah could have anyone on his team, but he chose Lily. And apparently she's got a huge black mark on her academic record.
Maybe he sees potential where others don't?
Maybe.
It could be something weirder, though. Maybe he has a strange view on loyalty.
I don't follow.
If Lily's record is so bad, she can't exactly work for anyone else.
Oh, but it seems the average student would be pretty loyal, given Abdullah's stature in the field.
I could be wrong.
No, No, Bess is right, and Nancy is wrong, because, like, the average student pretty loyal to Abdullah? Yeah, I would imagine. But once an average student gets to know Abdullah truly, and they find out how Abdullah's morals are mixed and somewhat inaccurate, they're going to realize, oh, I don't know if I want to be with him anymore. That kind of loyalty does not help with anyone, especially with someone who has such high rank in a specific field. And when that loyalty is starting to shake, so does the reputation. So, I think that's why Abdullah chose Lily. In my opinion, I did not think that through. I'm glad I heard that from Bess one more time, because now I understand. Now I fully understand. Abdullah picked Lily because she can't go anywhere else. Because of that black mark. No one will take her. That's the exact point of why he took her. No one will take her. If no one will take her because of that black mark, he knows that he can hire her and find out where her loyalties lie with the field, not just himself. So, and we did hear an argument between him and her earlier in the game that she did not respect certain things in their dig site, and when that happened, that basically destroyed Abdullah's trust in her. So when that happened, he actually blew up. He said she does not belong on this site. She should get out. Oh my gosh, this totally makes sense now. I cannot believe I just cracked that.
The tomb collapsed. Dylan had to be rushed to the hospital.
My gosh, is he all right?
I think so. It would have been me if he hadn't pushed me out of the way.
This is just like that movie. This curse is coming after you, Nancy. You were the one who broke the seal of the tomb, weren't you? Of course you were.
Yes.
That's
Nancy,
good.
what
I
if
guess
it's coming
it is.
after you?
What if what is coming after me?
What? Who? I don't know, okay? I know you're not going to listen, but I wish you would just come home.
Now you're sounding like Nancy's dad in Silent Spy. Ugh.
Have you heard of the black market for antiquities?
Of course. But why would anyone want to buy a piece of history? Shouldn't that go to a museum?
It should. Too bad not everyone agrees.
I mean, I wish I could fully understand the black market purposes. Like, I know people want trophies, like to say, this is mine. But they also want to be proud of the history of it. Maybe that's what it is. It's not just, this belongs to my heritage, this is part of my ancestral line. It's not because it actually connected to their family, it's just because it's history. They're proud of that history and they want it to be in their house. That's actually an interesting perspective.
See ya.
See ya.
And if you don't agree with with the perspective thinking that I just came up with, that's completely your opinion. I'm not gonna correct you on it.
Nancy, have you heard about Dylan?
Wrong or anything
He'll be
like that.
fine. He's just going to have a really rough few months.
Nancy, what if I'm next? Maybe Abdullah was right. Maybe I'm not cut out for field work.
Yeah, so that field work, that argument, my gosh.
You said you studied curses. Aren't they just mostly hoaxes?
No, far from it. There's always a scientific reason for what really happened, but if you get some deadly disease or the world collapses on you, you're not going to care about the biology or physics of what's killing you.
Yeah, and for some people, yeah, I completely understand that.
I found a rhinestone in a hidden tunnel.
So? That could mean anything.
You're the only one here with rhinestones. That means you were there.
It doesn't mean anything. Leave it alone.
Interesting. Your tone says one thing, but we know the truth. Those footprints match your
What happened
boots.
when you were in school?
What do you mean?
You were involved in cheating or something like that.
I'm not going to talk about it with you. It was blown out of proportion.
Abdullah's been pretty understanding to look past those accusations.
You could say that.
Why did you say it that way?
Don't worry about it.
Interesting. Does that mean Abdullah knows the truth of that matter?
There was a cobra on my bed.
That is crazy. You're lucky you didn't get hurt. Is it still in there?
No, I took care of it.
Well, I'm never getting any sleep tonight. I imagine you aren't either.
I take it you're not a fan of snakes.
No one on Earth is a fan of snakes. If it lives on dry
That's not
land
true.
and does not have feet, it should not exist. Even thinking about snakes gives me the creeps.
Yeah, your belief in curses don't believe in the field, but your skills, I think they might.
I found a gold coffin. We might really be on our way to finding Nefertari.
I can't believe it's really her. The lost queen, and we found her. Do you have any idea what this means?
She'll need a new nickname?
Very funny. But I do suppose you're right. What do you think about the returned queen? I should write that down. Nancy, you and me, we're going to be in the history books.
I look forward to being mentioned in many 6th grade essays.
I
True.
think you already do.
But Nancy, you need to realize that this is important. How many people actually get to be part of something important?
I think Nancy's name is already used in essays. To be specific, book reports.
Can you tell me what the symbols on the Senate board mean?
The special squares are the House of Rebirth, the House of Happiness, the House of Three Truths, and the House of Re Atom. That represents the House of Water.
What's the House of Water?
In the desert, water is very important, obviously. But when the desert is creeping in, stripping away all of the grazing lands, the House of Water became a powerful idea. It was the element the ancient Egyptians revered and were terrified of offending.
Okay, so this is a distraction. I'm not gonna go into that.
Do you know what caused the cave-in that got Dylan?
The curse!
No,
bother.
I mean what really caused it.
Call it what you want. This is the Carter expedition all over again. You know what happened to them?
A series of unrelated accidents resulting from subpar medical practices?
No.
Kinda, yeah, basically.
When the expedition ended, they started to drop like cursed flies. Madness, diseases, strange accidents. The worst part of this curse is that I don't know if we'll ever really be in the clear.
Are you okay? You seem pretty worried.
I had a dream. Nefertari was in my dream.
Sounds spooky.
It was.
What happened?
She told me that it was too late.
Too late? For what?
Too late for us to leave. My phone doesn't work. All I want is to call my family, and my stupid phone doesn't work.
Oh, we're going to be fine.
No, we're not. Leave me alone, okay?
Okay, so we could bring up these other 2 points, but I think we're gonna
Bye.
Later.
bring that up later. Okay, so it is in her notes. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna write those down on paper for myself just because I know it's gonna drive me nuts. So Rebirth is the Ankh. Happiness is the Falcon. That kind of makes sense considering one of the other translations that we did. Three Truths. That must be the 3 circles. Three dots, yeah. Rhea Tum, the Eye of Horus. And lastly, House of Water, which are the squiggly lines. Alright. Now that that's done, I'm actually going to go this way, talk to Jamila, and see if we can get her distracted.
Hi, Nancy.
Yes, finally!
I think I found a new area of the tomb near the main entrance.
You did?
Alright, so there was a new part of the bag that Dylan told us about, saying it was a bad magic trick. I think we're about to go look for that. The Lost Love of Ramses II, famed Egyptologist's personal quest.
What is this? What is Jamila actually up to?
England's obsession with Egypt is as old as the empire itself. Perhaps that is why Dr. Abdullah Bakum enjoys such a strong following here in the UK. While any visit from Bakum would be met with fanfare from the amateur Egyptologist community, this particular visit is sure to go down in history as the first step in what will no doubt be an extraordinary adventure. You would be very foolish to miss this presentation, said Bakum in reference to his upcoming speech at the Royal Academy of Antiquities. Wait, seriously? I have made a very exciting breakthrough in the search of Nefertari, Egypt's famed lost queen. Those who follow Bakum know that this claim is worth the buzz it's generating. No Egyptologist can match Bakum in terms of landmark discoveries, and it is unlikely ever will. Wow! I bet he does. He is a cheater and a thief. What? Search for evidence of outside help. May have seen tire tracks. Not sure. I can't scare him out, but maybe I can make the tomb. Uninhabitable. Are you saying she's the one at fault for the freaking cave? For the freaking cave-in? Jamila! You nearly killed Dylan! That's why she said that wasn't supposed to happen! Ugh. Alright, well, I think that's where I'm gonna call it, actually. We finally learned the truth of that. Hopefully finding that in her bag will get us a little more access. And now that we know I don't think the way Lily listed off the houses is the actual order, so we will have to wait and find out what the actual order is. So, what is the next step, I suppose? Because I want to be in front of that. I guess it would be to call someone. Because I think calling either John or Professor Hotchkiss might help us, if not Dylan. Alright, so I'm going to save here. Oh, come on, gimme. There we go. Gimme, 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 gimme. Okay. Alright, we are good. Save again so we don't make a mistake. Alright, so one thing I do want to mention, because I said I was hoping to bring it up, is how to access the bonus edition. And that is by bringing up the cheat menu. Yes, there's a cheat menu. Now, for all the bonus edition games, if you have the regular game, the way to access the cheat menu is Control-Shift-Tab-C. Sometimes you gotta be quick about it. There we go. And if that doesn't work, it's just Control-Shift-Tab. You can actually look through all of these and notice the coding, and even for certain pages, for instance, vars, strs, inventory, and flags. Flags is the one you want to look for, at least when it comes to 23, Tomb of the Lost Queen, to number 27, or sorry, number 23 is Shadow at the Water's Edge, to number 27, Deadly Device. Now you want to look for, where it is, bonus_FL. But with Trail of the Twister, you want to look for flags, the folder flags, the tab flags, and then bonus_content_FL. Now with, here is the interesting thing. From number 28, Ghost of Thornhall, to number 32, Sea of Darkness, it's a little different. It's the tab you want to look for is logic, and you want to look for bonus_BR. B as in boy, R as in Ramses. Ramses III. So that's pretty much it. What's really cool about these 4 specific tabs is that it can help you with whenever you're stuck, whether you passed a certain scene and you realized you were supposed to do something else before that scene was supposed to happen, or something glitched and you don't have the item that you're supposed to have for a certain puzzle at the current time of the game. Yikes. I'm gonna hit cancel because because I don't want anything, if anything that I did in the menu, I don't want it to affect the game. And I wish I could talk about the book, seriously, but I'm gonna bring up just the title one more time. The book that the game is based off of is Nancy Drew and Hardy Boys Super Mystery Secrets of the Nile. I wish I could talk about it, but I'm basically out of time. So I hope I helped you out at least a little bit in this video. If not, I'm not doing my job. And I hope you liked this video as much as I did. If so, smash that like button like a kitten would. And if you're just now tuning into this channel and you're not subscribed, go ahead and click that ugly red subscribe button. Make it that beautiful gray, as well as that bell icon right next to it. That'll notify you of all the videos that I do, which are on Wednesdays 6 p.m. Central and Sundays 4:30 p.m. Central. I hope you all have a great morning, afternoon, evening, or night wherever you are in the world. I am Sweet Thrustly Rabbit, saying goodbye. Stay awesome and stay on YouTube! had that, if I hadn't talked so much on the freaking cheat menu. Ugh.